Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Chair with James. We're going to break down the Week 6 football games and predict Week 7 games. There was no Thursday Night Football for Week 6 that was rescheduled, so we had all Sunday and Monday action. The Bears went to Carolina and they had the lead the most of the way and ended up winning 23-16. The Bears are 5-1. And you can say, hey, it's luck, it's defense. Well, any way you put it, they're 5-1 and top of the North. The Bengals led pretty much the whole way, but then the Colts came back and won 31-27. Total letdown, but there'll be days like that for sure for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. The Colts go to 4-2. The Lions and the Jaguars played. I don't know why, but the Lions ended up winning 34-16. Well, I guess it just goes to show you how bad the Jaguars really are. This was a game where you feel like both head coaches could be fired, but it could be just because the Lions won. Matt Patricia might have saved his job, but he needs so many more divisional wins to happen in order to save his job. I think still. There's just a thing, and it comes up to the next game too, where it involves coaches being fired right away. There's no patience, and that's okay. If there's no patience, that's fine. That's okay. But every little thing, every little bad thing that happens, it seems like then you blame the coach right away, and you fire him right away. I just hate that. I don't know why, but the Falcons and the Vikings played, and of course, the Falcons finally, I guess, got rid of Dan Quinn and the GM, and they end up winning again. Their first win, 40-23 over the Vikings. It looks like Mike Zimmer might might be let go at the end of the year. The way his defense is being scored on. And the Falcons get their first win, so they're both 1-5. Obviously, when these two played, it was not going to be 1-5 records coming or ended up after this game. When you start at the beginning of the year, there was no way these two would be 1-5, but that's what they are. Another lull in the action was the Washington football team and the New York Giants. This was a seesaw back and forth game, and the Giants ended up winning. Washington went for the 2-point conversion instead of tying the game and failed miserably. Kyle Allen just had nothing going on and threw it away. Couldn't stop the rushing attack of Freeman, and the Giants ended up winning again their first win, and both are 1-5 in the year. The Ravens and Eagles, I didn't expect much out of this game, but the Eagles made it close as they came back. But it was a stupid play call by whoever, Doug Peterson, whoever on the Eagles. There was a little run option pass play, but run pass option, and it was a run. It was a keeper by Carson Wentz, and the Ravens just blew it up. And they were going for 2 on that play, and ended up not getting in, of course. The Ravens ended up getting by with the 2-point margin, 30-28. Baltimore 5-1, and in the game where Cleveland had to prove itself in order to be real, they didn't. The Steelers ran over them, 38-7. Mayfield got beat up so bad. It was just awful. Odell had his first out of many rants probably of the season. If these games continue to go like this against the big teams. There are 2 losses for the Browns, the Ravens and the Steelers. Those are key because they're divisional, obviously. The Steelers go to 5-0, Browns 4-2. Now this game maybe was the best. It was the Titans hosting the Texans. This was a back and forth battle, and the Titans ended up tying it, going to overtime, and then Derrick Henry ran for the winning touchdown. He basically had the OT drive. Once they got the coin toss, Deshaun Watson knew it, said, "Oh no," and Henry basically ran that drive into the end zone. Ended up winning 42-36. Titans at 5-0. Second time start in franchise history since 2008, and that was with Vince Young, young Chris Johnson, Nate Washington. I don't know if Keith Bullock was still there, but yeah, that's funny to think about. Now this was supposed to be the game of the week, but it wasn't. The Packers and the Buccaneers. Yeah, okay, cool. We get to see Brady and Rodgers air it out, but it ended up being a thrashing by the Bucks. Defensively, they did the job, and basically made Rodgers sit because it wasn't worth him being in the game. It was 38-10 for a long time in the game, and it ended up being the final score. The Bucks are 4-2, and the Packers get their first loss at 4-1. Sunday Night Football had the Rams going up to Santa Clara to face the Niners, and I thought the Rams would easily win this game, and they lose by 8, 24-16. The Rams offensively were dropping so many passes. I mean, Cooper Kupp had at least 4 passes he could have caught. Many were very important in the game, and he just dropped them. There was no weather at all, no weather issues. He just dropped them. You got to give it up to the Niners. They had a basic running attack with throwing to George Kittle. I mean, with all the injuries they have, you just got to give it up to them. No BS on that. You just got to. They get to hang their hats on this one. 49ers go to 3-3, and the Rams go to 4-2. This game, the Broncos and the Patriots. Field goal battle, defensive battle. Denver ends up winning 18-12. Cam Newton just didn't look comfortable at times. Missed opportunities, fumbles. So it was ugly, but that's how the Broncos gets wins. So they both go 2-3. The Dolphins shut out the Jets 24-0. Dolphins go to 3-3. The Jets 0-6. The Jets looking like the Jets, I guess. That's the second time that they started 0-6 in franchise history. The last time was 1996. And that was a rookie Keyshawn Johnson year. And after that, they got Bill Parcells, and things started to head upwards for the Jets. Now, I don't know what's going on. You got Adam Gase, who is definitely a candidate to get fired at any time, but they still haven't. I don't know why. The Dolphins get the win. Fitzpatrick looked decent. The defense did a hell of a job, of course. Their tight ends, the Miami tight ends, are doing well. A little news coming out of there. Tua Tagovailoa got to come in and play at the end of the game. And the Dolphins have a bye week. And they've switched quarterbacks. I'm not sure if you want to do that. I mean, if this was planned at the beginning of the year to say, hey, once we get to our bye week, Tua's going in for Fitzpatrick. Unless we are undefeated. I just don't get the move. And Fitzpatrick's been moved around so much. And he's finally having, you could say, a decent year. And he's being benched. I would understand if you're 0-6, 1-5, 2-4. But you're 3-3, and you're second place in a winnable division. Because if I look at the Patriots, they're 2-3, and look at the Bills, they're 4-2. Unless Tua is God, unless he's a miracle worker, I get it. Well, we didn't really see anything from Tua that justifies the benching of Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Monday night games. The first one Chiefs defeat the Bills. It was in their hands. It was a rainy, horrible game, weather wise. But Kansas City ran the ball so well, made the Bills defense look terrible. Um, Carlos Edwards-Helaire had a tremendous game running, knowing that Le'Veon Bell is going to get, still his carries away. That'll be interesting to see how Bell plugs in. Chiefs are 5-1. The Bills go to 4-2. First place matchups there. The Chargers, Raiders, Seahawks, and the Saints all had byes in that week. So I really had nothing to do, I guess, Raider wise. But week 7 coming up. It started out with a Thursday night football matchup. I wasn't really anticipating it. I was at work, so I didn't care. But I did come home to see the last, 4 minutes of it. And it was basically all I needed to see. The Giants had the lead and blew it. Just blew it. They couldn't get the 2-point conversion late. And ended up losing to the Eagles, giving up the game. And now Philadelphia is a half game out because of the tie that the Eagles have out of first place of the Cowboys at 2-4-1. The Giants, with their loss, goes to 1-5. It's amazing how these things happen. As I'm trying to get to week 7. There we go. Yeah, week 7. Again, these Thursday games, it just seems like there's a tremendous just lull in the action. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. There's so many matchups that are not Fox-worthy, or they're not prime time worthy, and this is one of them out of many they've had. So the Eagles ended up winning 22-21. Again, the Eagles go to 2-4-1, and the Giants go to 1-6 now. 1-6. So it's really painful if you're a Giants fan. And Devontae Freeman got hurt too, and that was their starting running back. And the Eagles, they gained away with their 2 wins, and they're still in the race. It's unbelievable, but that's how bad the division is, the NFC East. You're going to have that division probably having a losing record, whoever comes out winning it. It's kind of like the 2009 or 10 Seahawks, or 11. But that's how it started. So the teams on bye are the Ravens, Dolphins, Vikings, and Colts. And as we go to the Sunday slate of games, we have the Falcons hosting the Lions. These are just 2 bad teams getting together, but Julio Jones looked pretty good, and I know he's a trade candidate, and he's probably looking to show even more just in case someone wants to come out there and trade for him. You only wish that for Matthew Stafford, if he could go somewhere and win games. I'll take the Falcons slightly on this. The Browns go to Cincinnati, the Battle of Ohio. I gotta go with the Browns on this, but if they self-destruct and Joe Burrow gets time, if he finds Mixon and Boyd, and AJ Green is also looking to get traded out, so both can. AJ Green could show himself pretty well. Baker Mayfield is 4-1 against the Bengals, by the way. Probably make it 5-1, so I'll go with the Browns. The Packers go to Houston. The Packers are 5-0 all time in Houston, and I think they'll make it 6-0. Deshaun Watson's gonna have to really ball out. It's gonna have to be a tremendous quarterback matchup in order for it to be kind of close. So Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. Green Bay. The Panthers go to New Orleans to play the Saints in a NFC South rivalry game. I'll probably have to go with the Saints coming off a bye. Um, is Teddy Bridgewater making his first start against the Saints? Remember, he was a Saint last year. When Breeze went down, he went in and had a 5-1 record. So we're gonna see what he learned from Drew Brees and see how the Saints defense, who's been awful this year, see how they go up against Teddy. I'm gonna still get the Saints on that. The Bills play the Jets in New Jersey. Even though the Bills did bad, that was poor performance. They're playing the Jets, so I gotta go with the Bills easy. You just hope if you're a Bills fan, you're like, okay, no turf injuries, and if they're up by a lot, put the backups in. You're just hoping for a field trip game where you just go in there, you do the best you can, win as easy as you can, and get the hell out of there. So that's what the Bills are hoping to do. The Cowboys go to Washington. I gotta have the Cowboys. This is a game where Andy Dalton has to air it out and look well. You got all those weapons receiving wise. I know they have two tight ends that are injured out for the year, but you have CeeDee Lamb, you have Gallup, you have Cooper, you have Elliott who can shake off those fumbles, hopefully. You got to do well in this game. You got to. Chiefs go to Denver. This has always been a Chiefs win, as they've won 9 straight against Denver. And I'll go with the Chiefs again, sadly. Yeah. 49ers go to New England. Now, if you said, hey, this game was like, a couple years ago, whenever it was, 2016, 2015, that was a really good game. This year, I don't know. I know Jimmy G is going to try to look good against the Patriots. I know Tom Brady isn't there, but I think there's a little motivation there just to do the best that you can. But hopefully he doesn't overdo it. He doesn't try to do too much and throws picks. I think that's the only way the Patriots win. So I'm going to get the 49ers for now on that. Now, what was supposed to be the Sunday night game was the Buccaneers going to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. This is John Gruden's first game against Tampa Bay since coaching them. Big game for the Raiders. If you want to prove you're for real off of a bye, that Kansas City game was no fluke. Got to show it here. Now, the problem is the right tackle, Trent Brown, tested positive for the virus, and needed him on the line. So I don't know. I for now, I guess with the defense that the Buccaneers have, I guess you got to go with the Bucs. But if you hear any different on my Raider preview show, go there. The game of the week, I feel like, will be the Steelers and the Titans. Both are 5-0. They're in Nashville. This one is going to be awesome. I mean, I hope that it's a running fest with Henry. Steelers have a great defense, although Bush is out for the year now. He tore his ACL. I feel horrible for him because he and Watt and Micah Fitzpatrick, I'm trying to think, Joe Hayden is there. They just have a Pro Bowl defense all over the place. It's going to be interesting how they play Henry, try to stop that, and then with Tannehill, with the Tight ends being hurt, how he plays. I think I'll give the slight edge to Pittsburgh. The Titans' defense. This is why I give the slight edge to Pittsburgh. The Titan defense has been awful this year. You saw how they gave 36 points to Houston. Now, if Ben gets the time, he's got Washington, he's got the tight ends, he's got the rookie receiver out there. So I'm going to say Pittsburgh for now wins that game. The Jaguars go to the Chargers. This game is not to be viewed. Not to be viewed at all. Both teams seeking their first win since week 1. I gotta think this is the game that Justin Herbert gets his first win. I have to think that he's got to get this Sunday against Jacksonville. If not, you're looking at a miserable season continuing, even off of a bye, but prolonging. If you can't beat the Jaguars, who can you beat? So, with the Raider game being moved to Sunday afternoon, the Sunday night Seahawks return as they face the Arizona Cardinals. And we saw the Arizona Cardinals do so well against the Dallas Cowboys. Now they have the Seahawks coming off of a bye. Wrestle 6 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie against the Cardinals on the road. This is the test for the Cardinals. Their first big test out of many, because they will play the Rams. They will play the 49ers. And now you have the Seahawks right here on prime time. I give a slight edge to the Sunday night Seahawks. I feel like they'll win the game. But if they pressure Kyler Murray and he's off running, it'll be interesting to see what he does with his feet. You know, everybody's ragging on Kyler Murray. I think he's doing what he can, especially with his feet. He's pretty exciting to watch. But you got Russell Wilson there, the teacher, and Murray, the student, and it's going to be interesting to see how those two lead their offenses, because we know what he's going to do, and then Murray's just basically the protege, what should be the protege of Wilson, making plays and running around a lot. So it would be interesting to see in that game how that goes. Which defense gets a stop. That'll be real interesting to see. The Monday Night Football game has the 5-1 Bears in LA to face the Rams at 4-2. Now, these Rams were supposed to be decent, but not that good coming into the season, you figure. They've shocked the world at being, I think, 4-2, but they've had an easy schedule. Now it gets tougher. Now you're getting to the heart of the schedule. You're not playing the NFC East anymore. You're playing the primetime teams. And the Bears, at the surprise being 5-1, with their defense helping things out. You're not expecting it, but Bears are 5-1. Niners showed that the Rams are vulnerable and they can't be beat, of course. I guess I'll go with the Rams. I feel like Aaron Donald will make, unless he gets double teamed again and there's no one else that can get him. The offensive lines are really doing a great job on Aaron Donald, but he still gets his sacks, but not as frequently, I would say. I'll take the Rams slightly. And they brought a new kicker in, because the kicker they had, it looked like he was barely getting it in the uprights, or he was shanking them. So that would be interesting to see. By the way, the interesting I think the Jaguars have had 5 field goal kickers this year, and the fifth one has no college or NFL experience. I don't know how that can be, but it's 2020, and there's been so many new cases with COVID around the league. Multiple teams having multiple players with them, with positive cases. And that's why the Raider game was moved to the afternoon, just in case they needed, another 24 hours to see who else is positive, if anybody. And then they could just move the game to Monday or Tuesday. So that's the reasoning for it. And that's why the Seahawks are on Sunday night again. So that's been my breakdown of Week 6 and my preview and predictions of Week 7. If you liked it, tune in every week. Follow, subscribe, like, sub. On the chair here with James. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you soon. Later.